It is 2:13 in the morning. A user account logs in from a country your company does not operate in. 5 minutes later, that same account touches a finance server, then triggers an endpoint alert. Each system saw one piece. Identity saw the login. The server saw access. The endpoint saw suspicious behavior. The analyst needs the full story fast. That is the job of a SIEM. Pull those pieces into one place, connect them, and raise an alert a human can act on. SIEM stands for Security Information and Event Management. In plain English, it is the security team's central place for logs and security events. It collects data from systems across the organization: identity platforms, servers, cloud services, firewalls, endpoints, applications, and more. Then it makes that data searchable, consistent, and useful. A NIST-style way to think about it is this: a SIEM gathers event data, supports analysis, correlates related activity, and helps generate alerts for response. It is not a robot security team. It is a visibility and detection platform. A beginner can remember it this way: SIEM collects the evidence, connects related signals, and tells analysts what may need investigation. Before a SIEM, security work is scattered. One analyst checks firewall logs, another checks server logs, someone else asks the identity team for sign-in history. Cloud data sits in a separate console. Application logs live with developers. That setup breaks down during an incident. You lose time, you miss patterns. A single failed login is noise. A failed login, followed by a success, followed by access to sensitive data from an unusual place, is a story. SIEM gives the SOC one place to search across that story. It also helps with compliance. When auditors ask who accessed a system, when, and from where, the SOC is often where the evidence is stored and reported. The basic SIEM workflow has 5 steps. First, collect. Systems send logs and security events into the SIEM. That can include login records, process events, network connections, DNS lookups, cloud activity, database access, and admin actions. Second, normalize. Different systems use different field names. The SIEM turns messy data into common fields like user, source IP, destination host, event type, and timestamp. Third, correlate. Rules and analytics look for combinations that matter, not just single events. Fourth, alert. When activity matches a detection, the SIEM opens an alert with context for analysts. Fifth, investigate and retain. Analysts search the timeline, pivot across data sources, document findings, and preserve records for incident response, reporting, and audits. Here is a common SOC story. The SIEM receives an identity event showing a successful login from an unusual geography. By itself, that might not prove anything. The SIEM correlates it with 2 other signals: the user has never logged in from that location, and a sensitive file share was accessed minutes later. An alert fires. The analyst opens it, sees the user, source address, device, and timeline. They search the SIEM for the same user across cloud, VPN, endpoint, and file access logs. They find no approved travel note and no matching managed device. The analyst escalates, triggers the response process, disables the session through the right team, and documents the evidence in the case. A SIEM is strong at 3 things: central visibility, correlation, and investigation. It lets analysts search across systems, build timelines, and detect patterns that individual tools may not see alone. It is also useful for reporting and compliance because it stores event history in one place. But SIEM is not magic. Bad logs in means weak detections out. If a key system is not sending data, the SIEM cannot see it. If rules are noisy, analysts burn time. If alerts are never tuned, trust drops. A SIEM also does not patch servers, remove malware, or make business decisions. It points to evidence. People and response tools act on that evidence. Think of the SIEM as the SOC's central visibility layer, not the only security tool. Endpoint tools send host activity. Firewalls and proxies send network activity. Identity systems send sign-ins, password changes, and admin events. Cloud platforms send control plane activity. Vulnerability tools and asset inventories add context about what matters. UEBA, user and entity behavior analytics, may sit inside the SIEM or beside it. UEBA focuses on behavior baselines, like what is normal for a user, host, or service account. The SIEM brings these signals together so analysts can search, correlate, alert, and report from one operational view. If you are new, start with the basics. Learn what logs are and what an event record contains: timestamp, user, source, destination, action, result, and device. Then learn the SIEM's search language. Every analyst needs to answer, what happened, when, where, to which account, and on which system. For a team, do not connect everything on day one. Start with high-value sources: identity, endpoint, firewall, VPN or remote access, cloud control plane, and critical servers. Build a small set of detections tied to real risks. Review alert quality every week. Remove duplicates. Add context. Document playbooks so analysts know what to check, who to notify, and how to close the loop. So, what is SIEM? 3 beats. 1. It collects logs and security events from across the environment. 2. It normalizes and correlates that data so separate signals become an investigation timeline. 3. It alerts SOC analysts and supports detection, investigation, compliance, and reporting. The key lesson: SIEM is visibility, not magic. It works best with good data, tuned detections, trained analysts, and clear response processes. If this helped, subscribe to Security Tools Decoded. New episode daily. You will also find the daily ranked CVE brief on this channel, built for defenders who need the signal fast.